was inquiring is, what are some of the requirements for someone who wants to do any course in the US education institutions?
Okay, first and foremost, studying in the USA is a little bit different from studying in Uganda, and the application system is a little bit different from that of Uganda. In Uganda, they do what they simply look at your academics, and then you have to pay an application fee to get into a university like Makerere University. But then to get into the USA, they do what they call the holistic review process. In that, they don't only look at one aspect of your application, they look at different aspects of your application. They are going to look at your academics first, and then you will be required to have tests you do. For undergraduate, you will be able to do the SAT or the ACT tests. Then for masters, you do either the GRE or the GMAT tests. So apart from academics, they're going to look at your essays. You have to write a personal statement about yourself. So you have to sell yourself to the university you're applying to. Then the third thing you'll be required is to have recommendations from your teachers or your employers if you've been working. Then the last thing, which is the interviews. Some universities are going to ask you to do interviews so that they get to know you better. Yes, so basically these are some of the things they will look at when you apply to the USA. Then the last thing, which is also main, that's activities. You know, in Uganda, some schools don't offer outside class activities and students only focus on academics. But then the USA wants you to be an all-round student who has activities you get involved in outside school and outside class. So they're also considered for you to get into different universities like Harvard, like Columbia, like Sheraton, and all other universities you apply to.
So when it comes to doing these tests, do I do the tests before I'm admitted into the institution? Do I do them from Uganda? Am I meant to travel from Uganda to the institution I'm choosing? What is this thing of tests before at the point of...
Okay. The tests are done from here in Uganda. Let me give an example of law. When you're going to do law here in Uganda, when you're going to do law, you have to do what they call the pre-entry exam. So when you do the pre-entry exam, when you get a certain pass mark, you qualify for government funding, is it? So it's similar that way. In the USA, to get into these universities, you have to do the entry exams. So you have to do them from Uganda, then you apply with those results to different universities in the USA. The tests are done from Uganda, and then the payments are made online where you pay to different organizations abroad. For example, for the SAT test, you have to make the payment to an organization called the College Board. Then for the GRE test for masters, you pay to an organization called the ETS. Yes. And the money goes to the universities abroad, and then they give you a permit which you present to a center you choose to do the exam from here in Uganda.
So you mean after doing these tests, and when it comes to payment, do I pay the payment? Do I make the payment once for the tests, and then after doing the tests, are the results used in all the institutions or universities in America, or it is just an attachment to a certain institute?
Okay, so let me give an example of the undergraduate. Once you do the test, you have to pay it the first time you're going to do it. If you're going to do it like for once and then you pass, you get the mark you want, you don't have to pay again. But then if you want to repeat the exam, you can make the payments again. It's not like you name that you have to do it once and then you wait. No, you can do it as many times as you want. They offer at different times of the year. You will find some in like now this month we have one going on 11th. Then next month there'll also be one, and there'll also be one in May. So they're offered at different times of the year. So you have to make the payments at the time you're going to do the test. Yes, and then for sending it to different universities, all universities in the USA will require these tests, and you can send them to as many universities as you want. Yes.
So does it mean that these tests are set by a certain body that is in charge of all the institutions in America, so that the results do not really matter on which university or which institutions you're taking them to? And then secondly, after making this payment, where do I get all this information that allows me to do the application? Do I have to go to the embassy maybe of America? Do I have to go to your company or your organization to seek for this guidance? Is there a platform? Where do I access all this information?
Okay, so there is nobody that is in charge of all organizations, all universities like the UNEB is.
Yes.
The body that sets these exams is called College Board, and it sets the SAT test. Then you'll also find another one called the ETS that sets the GRE tests. So they set these tests, and then universities in the USA can compare different students using these exams. So they set a general test that is fit for very many students, for international students and then domestic students. It's easier for universities to evaluate these students using these exams rather than our education system because it's a little bit different. Yes. And then you said information about these bodies. So if you visit, the Education USA is part of the US mission. And if you visit us on Embassy Plaza Level 5, we can give you more information about these tests, how to register for them. And then you choose a center where you want to do the test from. They are done from different centers here in Uganda. For example, the SAT test is done from the International School of Uganda, Aga Khan or Heritage. Then the ECT test is done from the American Center. It's used as a center for the exams.
Isn't there a virtual place where I can do these tests? Do I need to move to Aga Khan or the other place you just say, or I can sit in my living room and then do the tests and submit them online?
It depends on the test you're doing. Now, for example, if you're doing the Duolingo test is an English proficiency test that you can do from your home. So you can choose to do it from your home. But then that SAT test, you have to choose a center so that they can monitor you and see what you're doing and you're not cheating and all that. Yes, so most of these centers have places where you do them from. JERA is done from Eastbart University, yes.
You talked of Ambassador. Is it Ambassador Plaza? Is it Ambassador House? Is it the same as American Embassy, or this is another building in Kampala or somewhere in Uganda where you guys are found?
It's called Embassy Plaza. And Education USA is part of the US mission, it's part of the US Embassy. So we offer all our services free of charge. You don't have to pay any amount of money. We guide you through the application process, and then we give you information about different scholarships, how to apply for this. We guide you through how to do the tests and then how to register for them, all for free. You don't have to pay any amount of money. It's part of the US mission. We are located on Embassy Plaza, just a few blocks after the US Embassy. Yes.
You talked of scholarships and all that, and you know it's one of the things that most Ugandans really cherish to have. What does it really take for someone to apply for a scholarship to study in one of the American or US universities?
Okay, one thing I would like to encourage all Ugandans is that they should know that applying for these scholarships is a process. You know, Ugandans want things that come like...
I come today I apply and I get a scholarship.
Yes, I'll call it as Kagwirawo, that yes, that they come today, then tomorrow they get their scholarship. It doesn't work that way. It's a process that takes time. You have to do the exams, you have to write an essay, you have to come up with a college list, you have to get recommendations from your teachers, you have to set up interviews. It's a process that takes time. So at times when we tell students about this entire process, they get discouraged and then they give up on studying in the USA because it seems to be too long for them. They want easy things. I would encourage them to come with a perspective that is open, and they should be prepared to go through the entire process. When you go through this process, it will be very easier for you to cope with the education system in the USA because it's a little bit different from ours here in Uganda. So here in Uganda, you won't be required to write too many essays, you won't have very rigorous tests and all that. And when you reach the USA, at times these students lose hope when they see that the education system is a little bit different and then it's not what they're used to. At times some of them drop out and then they come back to Uganda saying things are hard that side. But once you go through Education USA, we train you and prepare you for the education system in the USA. Yes, you also do your own research, you write your own essays, we take you through the tests and all that.
So after my education visa is expired and I'm done with the school, what next?
If you get a job, you could get an opportunity to stay in the USA, but then if you don't, you have to come back. Education USA doesn't offer any information about visas. So if you want visas, we could offer you an email where you can ask anything related to visas. For us, we focus on only studying in the USA, not working in the USA. Yes.
Thank you very much, but of course the viewers would love to know you more, the name, the organization you're representing in this fair, and maybe, are you also Ugandan, or you came from the US to tell us?
No, I'm a Ugandan here. I'm a Muganda very well. Yes, so I'm representing the Education USA team. We are found at the American Center on Embassy Plaza Level 5. We give information about studying in the USA, advising you how to apply to the USA, how to apply for different scholarships, how to stand out in your application. We give you authentic and clear information. We are not scammers, and all our services are free of charge. You don't have to pay any amount of money to get these services. We also have different books that you could borrow that are related to the studying in the USA, that are related to American culture. The American Center is a hub for American culture exchange. So if you visit the American Center and then you become a member, you could be able to interact with different people who come from the United States. You could be able to attend different sessions that are organized by the US Embassy, by citizens of the USA, by people who have studied in the USA and they want to share more about it. So I would encourage very many people to visit the American Center on Level 5 Embassy Plaza, register, become a member, and then you'll be able to access all our services free of charge. Yeah.
What does it take someone to become a member? Do you have to subscribe? Because most of the organizations, if you want to become a member, there is that subscription fee that you make. Is it the case with your side, or still becoming a member is free, like you said?
Like I said, all the services we offer are provided and are funded by the American people. They are very generous to us and they give us all the services free of charge. So if you want to become a member, you simply have to visit the American Center, you fill in a form, and then you're a member. You'll be able to join different groups like the American Culture Group, STEM, Entrepreneurship, Education USA, and then you'll be able to attend different sessions at the American Center still. Yes, everything is free of charge.
By so doing, or by so attracting members to join, I mean people to join the membership of your group, haven't you found scammers joining or fraudulents coming in with the intention of conning the international citizens of their monies and other things in disguise of being members? Have you experienced this in your organization?
Not yet. Yes.
But have you heard of it in different organizations? Because I know that most of the people want to free things and use those opportunities to lob or to dig deep into other people's affairs. They find ways of robbing them, of conning them, and doing this and that. And it's one of the bad experiences that most of the people are undergoing or facing. Let me hope it has not happened at your side like you just told us. But then, what if it happened? Is there any way of mitigating it?
Yes, there is a way of mitigating against all those that could be trying to become scammers or want to scam people of their money. That's why we always encourage you to meet authentic people and then to go to authentic places. The American Center is an authentic place for everything related to USA higher education, so you won't find any scammers. You may find a scammer if you're too desperate and then you'll land into someone who's going to scam you. You know, as Ugandans, I said, want very many things that come easily, so they end up paying money for all these. And for us, we don't encourage you to pay any money, and all our services are free. We don't ask for any money. So once someone asks you for money, you know that maybe they are scammers and they are claiming to be part of Education USA, you will know that they are scammers. All our services are free of charge and we won't require you to pay any single coin to access all of our services. You will find some people who say that for you to get a scholarship, you have to pay this amount of money. All scholarships are free and you don't have to pay any amount of money for them.
Which documents do I need to have before I become a member of Education US?
You simply have to come with your national ID, you fill in, and then you'll be able to access a form you can fill in, and then you become a member of the Education USA. To access the Embassy Plaza, you'll have to come with a national ID, that's all.
Thank you very much. You remind me your name. You know, it's Christopher. Thank you very, very much, Christopher. I think as we go on, I'll come on your table and maybe be one of those ones to borrow a book to know more about Education USA. But of course, like I told you, we are live on Baba TV and we are continuing with our session here. This is the 13th annual Africa Student Education Fair here at Sheraton Hotel in Kampala. And so many people have come through from different countries and they are going on teaching and giving information to whoever wants to come through at this fair. Remember, just like we told you, entrance to this fair is free. I repeat, the entrance to this fair is free. You don't need to carry anything. Maybe the money you need to have on you is for transport and eating, just in case there is need for you to get something to eat. You do not need to be worried about what to eat, how much to pay and all these, and that we are still moving around and showing you what is taking place here in the fair. And at this time, just like you see, there are so many people who are in this fair, and we are looking for someone who we can talk to so she can give us more information. And at this moment, I have landed on one of the educators representing the different institutions in the world, and she's going to be in position to give us all the information that is needed. Good morning, madam. We are live on Baba TV, and our viewers really need to know what's taking place here at Sheraton in this fair that you was organized.
All right, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. We are holding the Africa Students Education Fair Day 2 at Sheraton. It will be getting done at 4 p.m. People can come in and talk to the different colleges and universities and find out and inquire about the programs that are being offered. How much do they cost? Do they offer any sort of scholarship? And find out about accommodation, find out about what are the best programs to do for the career path they are trying to follow. Yes.
What should someone have if he or she wanted to come and maybe apply for a certain institution, a university, and someone is within Kampala, with around the districts of Kampala? What documents should someone carry, or what are some of those things a person should have if he wanted to apply here in this fair?
If someone were to apply, you see there are different levels, so every level requires require different requirements. So if someone wanted to do like a diploma, that will be different requirements, basically high school. If someone wanted to do a bachelor's, high school. If wanted to do a master's program, then there are extra requirements. So the best thing is to inquire. When they come and inquire, then we can begin at least an initial process. Start it and then complete it with whatever else is remaining. But it's better when we inquire, then we understand what everyone needs, because different levels, different requirements. Programs also have different requirements. So it's easier when someone can come through, inquire, and then we can share those details.
Which universities and from which countries are participating in this kind of fair? Tell us, so that someone who is out there is in position to know, when I'm going to this fair, or as I got for this fair, I am going to meet people from USA. I've been longing to do a course in the USA, University, UK, and other countries. What are some of the universities and institutions?
So we have today institutions from the USA, we have UK, we have Australia, we have Hungary, we have some schools from Europe, and in China, as well as China. Those are the countries that are present here as well. Yeah, that they can come around.
Is there a fee charged for consultation? Just like you told us that entrance is free, how about when it comes to consultation on table?
We have no charge for consultation as well. You just come in, enter for free, and also consult for free. That is, what's being offered today. Okay.
Okay, your name once again, so people watching.
Yes, my name is Maria Letta, yes.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we expect to have more people coming through on your table so they get the information. And just like I told you, we are live at Sheraton Hotel. We are going on with our fair. This is the 13th Annual Africa Student Education Fair, which is running here in Uganda. And like we were doing it yesterday, we are going to be joined with one of the educators from the international universities that we are having today. And I will be requesting her to talk to us about what's taking place here in this fair. And of course, it's already afternoon here in Uganda, and we are going to start by greeting the lady we have, so she can tell us what exactly is going on. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon to you,
We are
please.
live on Baba TV, and our viewers are there watching us and wanting to know what exactly is taking place in this fair. Which universities, which organizations, which institutions do we have from your side that you're representing, and from which country?
We are representing Russia and Belarus across in Eastern Europe. We are representing universities in Eastern Europe. Mostly right now, we work with more than, here is our flyer. It's called Study in Russia. And then this is a list of universities, around 50, more than 50 universities across the country. We not only one university, as I said, and then they are all state universities. We don't work with any private universities. All of them are listed here. Actually, there are more than this. It is just the samples in our flyers so that students, they have an idea. And then when they open our flyer, they can see our tuition fees, and they are very affordable. It's actually 10 times cheaper, more affordable than other countries. You ask me why? Because for example, if I see the courses here, computer engineering, around $2,000 per year only, bachelor's, master's, and PhD. All the courses are taught in our universities, and why it is like that the government of Russia covers 75% of tuition fee, and students only have to cover 25%. People don't know so much in Ugandan people, like parents, students don't know about these opportunities. So that's why we are here. We want to make them know about these wonderful opportunities. According to this fee structure and admission procedure here in our flyer, also there are 9 steps. Anyone from Uganda, any middle income family can apply to our universities, and they see how wonderful it is, because the degree is recognized all over the world after getting it, studying in Russia. 4 years.
Now, someone would really love to know, what are some of the requirements for someone to come and apply in one of the Russian universities or one of the universities you're representing? Because you just told us that there are over 50 state universities. The difference between state universities and private universities is that these state universities are owned by the government. Just like you see here in Uganda, we have Makerere, we have Chambogo, we have Mbarara, different, like from you say we have maybe Isbat, we have Kampala University. Some of those universities are private. Kaiwa University, those are the private universities. But when we are talking about state-owned universities, it means they're owned by the state. That is what the lady is trying to tell us. But now, at this point, we really need to know what are some of the requirements for someone to apply in these state-owned universities.
It is very simple. We just need A-level certificate, senior 6 results of the student. Mostly it's better it's provided certificate, that original certificate. Although we can apply with the pass slip, the one student get here, and the requirement is you don't have to have any F, which is fail. All principal passes have to be there. And for medical courses, we have one requirement, which is very strict, ABC only. So for students who want to study medicine, the grades should be not lower than C. So with D, it's very, very difficult. But if you have D, you still come, we will see. There are many factors. But then passport copy, they give us their numbers on our phone numbers in WhatsApp. They can provide for us scan of their passport and A-level certificate, and then we apply, we consult, and we choose according to the family budget which university is more convenient for the student and his family, the parents, and we apply. In 3 days the results will be known, the student admitted or not. Then we give admission letter from the university, and then after that students, the step number 4, number 3, there are only 2 payments. Student pays registration fee of $250. That is for us to obtain invitation for student in Russia, because it's also done through government offices. And then after that, what happens is this, that students, after getting admission letter, students pay registration fee $250 and then waits for invitation for 50 days. After getting invitation, we help them to go to embassy and get visa for Russia, because without invitation, visa is not given. This is a student for students. So the visa is mostly given. There is never happens that visa is declined, refused, if you apply through us, because our director is known, our organization is known. We have arrangements with embassy, so we have cooperation. We are cooperating. They are cooperating with us. We are cooperating. It is in the interest of Russian government for Ugandan students to come and study, to get educated and come back and help their own country to develop. Here, education should develop, and it also gives us very good name that our universities are really affordable, and our universities world class education. Yes.
As you were telling us of one of the requirements, you just told us that a student or someone trying to apply needs to pay $250 to be admitted, or admission fee.
Yeah.
What if I pay the $250 and I don't get admitted for the course I need to do? Is this money refunded, or it is non-refundable?
I will explain that this money student pays. If he is the one changing his opinion to go to another country, then of course it is his decision. But we applied for him. But if visa is not given, we return that money to student, because it is not his fault to be refused visa. But I tell you one more time that visas are all given if you apply through us, because they don't refuse us visas, because it's in our interest, as I said. Another thing is that after obtaining visa is given, student is now knows that he's going. Then there is one more fee which is paid only before going, first year before going. That is admission fee, which is $700. These 2 fees only. After he pays $700, then another is that tuition fee, hostel fee, insurance is $120 per year. Insurance it's needed so that students have medical services when he is still a student, and there's clinics for students. They can freely get any services, and of course airport pickup. These things, they are paid through bank. You provide receipt, then we get the receipt, and then we arrange for you a meeting at the airport. So student buy tickets, provides for us tickets, ticket, and then after that, our representative at the airport in Moscow meets with our placard, EEU, Eastern European University Association, with name of our organization, and then our representative. We are always we are not leaving student anywhere in any step. Student is always with us, in touch, and then we arrange with everything until our representative takes that student to the university, and the student registers at the university, chosen university, and starts studying.
You talked about the $120. Does this 120 annual amount, does it cover accommodation, insurance, and any other monies that may be required, or it's for only accommodation and insurance?
No, actually, accommodation is very affordable. You will never believe it. Each university, of course, has its own fees, but $400, around $400. Some universities, $300 per year. Remember this, per year, not per month. So they give them hostel, $300 per year. It's just a small fee to cover some utilities expenses. So which means that students come to university, settles there, they give them gas to cook their own food. Although, yes, and then you know that Russia is a country of gas, so gas is very cheap there, almost for free. It's provided within campus and hostel. Like we have representative who came yesterday from Russia. He is representing particular university, Belgrade State University. Today he told us about more specifics about his university. He said that they have very good facilities, and there are many, for example, we have known more about this particular university. If student doesn't want to cook, there are many restaurants and canteens provided, and this meal, for example, usual meal, maybe you got 15,000, 10,000 Ugandan shillings just.
When it comes to accommodation, and we know that like here in Uganda, you'll find that maybe someone is staying outside the university, there are hostels outside the universities, and there is need for shuttles, there is need for Ubers, there is need for means of transporting the student from the hostel to the university. All these things provided by the university. Is there any other additional fee that is added that a student has to pay for transport from hostel to the university? What is that arrangement?
So now mostly hostels, they are situated within campus. Mostly they don't spend any fee to reach to the studying place, but some hostels are a little bit in little distance. So there are some arrangements. If it is a student, we have that government provision. Student gets a pass for the buses, trolley buses, trams, like our public transport, and it is like it's like cheaper than usual citizen, even Russian citizen, because if he has student card, student is given student card, and with this card he can buy cheaper ticket for transport. For example, if he is in his own means, like to go and shop, to go in town, to see around, and just to go around town, he gets that they buy them in the shops, and then they use them within a month.
One of the problems that most of the international students are facing, most of the students from Africa, they are always facing a problem of racism, and I will continue talking about this. Most of the international students, they suffer racism. Tell us about when it comes to Russia. Is there this attitude of racism, segregation, and discrimination, or there is a rule and a law that is against racism or acts of racism?
Actually, I wish my colleague was here, would have told you more about racism, but what I can tell you is that if you compare with other countries, okay, anyway, Russians are very, very friendly people. There is one student, Ugandan student, she went to Russia to study, and she said she could never believe, for example, she studied at this Belgrade University. She said that that how surprised she was when she saw Ugandan students, Russian citizens are so hospitable. Sometimes they look at you not because, like, you are a foreigner, you are studying in Russia. They look at you not because they don't like you, no. They look at you, they just wonder, have you come to studies? Have you come to just some business to do work. They are so friendly. They smile to you. You go to shop in the supermarket, they look at you, they smile. In fact, Russian people, they respect people who speak English. They look at it, what they also want to learn English. They are really respecting someone who speaks good English. Whether you are African, whether you are European, whichever nationality, they are very friendly. And I am from particularly a smaller town of Russia, not Moscow. Moscow, I lived in Moscow before coming to Uganda. But I have seen foreign students. I have seen myself. I was always wanted to say them, hi, how are you? Have you come to study? Do you need any assistance? I had many friends among African students. So, and then they get this impression that Russian people, when they know you, they spoke to you, they are so hospitable. They invite them to their homes, sometimes to their villages to see how life is in village, and even share a lot of food together, drinks, and they are very friendly and welcoming, especially to African students.
That is one of the most encouraging things. Like you say, here in Uganda, we are so much welcoming, we are so much hospitable, we give you the utmost comfort that a person would really love to be taken through. And like the lady told you, that is the same case when it comes to Russia. More so if you know some good English. I won't say my English is so good. How comes you speak some fluent English? Have you been in these English-speaking countries? Is it a system in Russia that when you go there, there is a way they teach you English? How comes you know this kind of thing?
No, actually, Russian people, it's hard for them to speak some English sounds. For example, th, there, they say there. There are many stuff like that. But when Russian person speaks English, you can say, this one is Russian because of this particular accent. But now, for me personally, I just liked English language. I learned it in Russia. Of course, before coming to Uganda, I knew it less. Maybe I got more practice here. And also, my English is not maybe so much of England, English people or like Americans, but I'm just trying so that Ugandan students understand me. Thank you so much.
How long have you been in Uganda before you came for this fair?
Me personally, I've been in Uganda already 8 years. Yeah, I came 2015 as a tourist. I liked it, but then this company, which they hired me, because most of our representatives, they are Russian people who live in the country, because we have many offices. We have office in Kenya, like 2 offices in Kenya. In fact, here in Uganda, we have like our office, we had it at Makerere, but because of the COVID, we closed it. But we're always available. You can always contact us. We consult you online, and you can apply through us. We are mostly only one legitimate organization.
How has been your experience for the 8 years you've stayed in Uganda?
I liked Uganda.
You came as a tourist.
Yeah, I liked Uganda in many ways. For example, I liked like food here. I liked the weather. It is not so hot. I thought Africa is so hot, but in fact, I am finding that in summertime in Russia is even hotter than here, and here weather is balanced.
And this is the time where we see that in Uganda it's so sunny, it's scorchy, and people feel like, so I think it is now you are telling us that here in Uganda the weather is so good. Tell me your name once again so that once I meet you on the streets of Kampala, I will not be like, hi, I saw you in the fair.
Okay, sure. My name is Irina Lvova, and I'm having here this representative. He's called Evgeny Kapostin. He came, you can say hi, he came from Belgrade State University, one of the leading universities in Russia. He came yesterday. We met him at the airport. He brought many materials for students to come and find out more information. He brought videos. We show students videos about the university and about the facilities. They have 2 swimming pools. They have this. They have a lot of recreation programs. All that we were telling students in this exhibition.
Thank you very much. My name is Philip Bamteze, and we are continuing. Of course, we shall be joining you later on as we go on with the session. It's always a pleasure talking to such people and giving us that kind of information whenever we meet people from different localities, and they are giving us this kind of feedback about our country, about their country, and we are interacting with them at different levels. It's always a pleasure and gives us that kind of courage and pride. It makes us pride in our country country, knowing that we've gotten people who so much love Uganda and have gotten this kind of attribute towards our country. And I believe that with time we shall be getting more people from different countries, and at this time, just like you listen to us and you go on viewing Baba TV, it's always good to tell you that we are here at Sheraton Hotel in Kampala, bringing you the 13th annual Africa Student Education Fair. It is free entry and consultation is free. Take this opportunity to come through so you can get to know more about international universities and what it takes for you to do a course in one of the best international universities apart from the ones in Uganda. We know we've gotten so many things in Uganda, and of course here it is the chance for you to come to Sheraton Hotel. If you've never been to Sheraton, it is just here in Kampala. When you reach Kampala town, then you can get to Sheraton. Wherever you are, we are live on Baba TV. You can get all the information. You can get everything that is required for you to know about the studying in these different institutions. The fair is ending today, and you know it started yesterday and it's going to take 2 days. Yesterday we were showing you everything that was taking place in this fair, and at this time I'll be joined by one of the ladies, one of the educators who came through to go on to give us the information, the ones you're going to be meeting in this fair, who will give you all the information you need to know about the universities she is representing in Uganda. And at this moment I'll be just joining her so she can tell us more about the fair, the universities, the institutions, and all that you need to know before you come for the fair. And I will begin by saying good afternoon. We are live on Baba TV, just like we were yesterday. People out there are watching us and they are so much inquisitive of what is the fair about, what do I need to have before going for this fair, which kind of information am I going to get when I go for the fair. Please tell us your name and tell us what you found in this fair or what we are doing in this fair.
Hello, hi, my name is Marilyn De Cruz. I'm from EU Business School. I'm the Student Recruitment Manager for the Uganda region. And just to let you know, in terms of this fair, it's a very good opportunity and platform to actually know about what sort of education journey you'd like to go on. So for EU Business School in particular, it's a very business-oriented school. So if you like in terms of a business approach, practical approach, this will be the school for you. So I'll be here at Sheraton Hotel at the fair, and you can come down and I can explain to you all about EU Business School, and in terms of requirements and what you need to prepare. I mean, just have in terms of the mindset of our business approach and in terms of what you like to do, so at least we can tell you and share with you your journey here.
For someone who is for someone who is still at home, may really need to know what should be the documents, what should be the requirements he or she should carry to this fair, so he is in position to get the information. Is there any specific requirement that maybe you need to come with your passport before you get information? Do you need to come with a national ID? Do I carry all my credentials to the fair so I'm given the information? What are some of the things a person should have?
Yes, so okay, so in terms of requirements, say if you're doing a bachelor's, you can do in terms of your high school transcripts and your diploma cert, and in terms of 2-letter recommendation letters, in terms of your essay, and your essay you can write why you like to join EU Business School, what motivates you for a business, your passport size photo, your passport, and your bank statements as well. So not to worry, what we'll do is that you can come on down and we can explain to you all these requirements, and we can get in touch through email or through text or message, and you can send us your documents and we can help you with your application process in EU Business School.
After the fair has ended, is there any other place where we can find you, that maybe when someone wants to access this kind of information, I go to this building, I go to Mapera, I go to Mabili's building in Kampala, I go to Make, which really place do we find you apart from Sheraton where we're having the fair?
Yes, so I'm actually currently living in Fairway Hotel. So if you guys like to reach me, I'll be staying there. If not, I always have my number where you can actually reach out to our WR Consultants agency, where they have my contact as well, and then you can actually reach out to me through LinkedIn or email and stuff like that.
So can I have the business card so that maybe in case that person is not in position to reach out to you and he or she calls me, I'm free to share your number? Is it okay sharing your number with someone who wants to get it?
Yes, definitely. This is my business card, so you can actually hand over to anyone who would like to know more information about it. And yeah, feel free to even text or email me. So this will be my business number in terms of reaching out.
For the time you've been in this fair, this is the second day, and I don't know whether you've been in this kind of arrangement before, but for the time, it being your second day, how is it? What is your experience so far?
My experience has been really good. I've been really meeting a lot of potential students who are really interested in business, in particular for EU Business School. And I think Uganda has really good potential in terms of students who like to venture out and get to learn more things in terms of business and know more in terms of education, the European sector. So I think if you guys are interested in business and practical approach and case studies, please feel free to come down to the fair and get to know more about it. And I think this is a very good platform for you guys to widen your horizon in terms of your education journey as well.
Okay, what are some of the minimum requirements for someone who just completed senior six? You know that Uganda was releasing, or the Ministry of Education in Uganda was releasing results for students who sat for their senior six last year. So if someone finished his senior six and wants to go and do maybe a course, what are some of those minimum requirements a person should have?
Okay, so basically, if you are like doing your bachelor's, for example, you will need in terms of your high school diploma and transcripts, like I mentioned in terms of the requirements earlier, like your recommendation letters, your essays. So what happens is that you guys can send us your documents, your in terms of all your essays and letter recommendation and high school diplomas transcripts, or even your bachelor's as well if you're applying for your master's, and then we will review your documents and to see in terms of your program, of which program you'd like to join in as
Is
well.
there any kind of guidance given to these people coming through when it comes to essay writing? Because I know it's one of the problems that most of the people have. They are not good at essay writing, and we are looking at joining the universities where essay writing is one of the prerequisites. Is there any kind of guidance?
Yes, definitely. So, in terms of your personal essay, what you can do is that the pointers that I would like to give is that you can talk about why you would like to join business school, what motivates you in terms of joining a business industry. So, you can talk about in terms of your experiences. You can say, since young, I love business. You have different projects. If you have done it, put that in your essay because we want to see you inside the essay in terms of seeing what reflects you as a person. And when you put your experiences in terms whether it's job or your personal experience, we can see how motivated you are and how much you love business as well. So just put that all in your essay, and then that would be good.
Thank you very much. My name is Philip Bamteza. Just in case you found me along the Kampala streets, don't be like, I saw you in the fair. My name is Philip. And, it's always a pleasure meeting people. How has been your experience for the time you've been in Uganda, particularly Uganda? How have you found the Uganda?
Yes, actually, this is my first time in Uganda, actually, and I mean, it's a really beautiful place. Uganda has so many beautiful things to see, and it's very developed, and people are opening up their horizons and learning new things, and so there's a lot of opportunities here in Uganda, which I feel is a great platform for me as EU Business School as well to come on board and to be part of Uganda's region as well.
In which country is EU Business School? Just like you see that we have Makerere University Business School in Uganda, Nakawa. In which country is EU Business?
So EU Business School has 4 campuses. So we do have in Barcelona, in Munich, in Geneva, and we have a digital campus as well. So these are the 4 places.
So when making an application to one of the campuses, do I make a general application, then you select, or I have to be attached to a certain college during the point of applying for it?
So yeah, I mean, you can basically go through our WR consultants if you're interested in EU Business School. Let them know that you're interested in EU Business School, and what happens is that they'll sit down with you in terms of what programs you're interested in, and they can explain to you as well. As well as you can reach out to EU Business School like myself, and then we can explain to you what kind of programs are interesting and which location it will be, and then we can apply from there as well.
Okay. When I reach that side, I have one question that I'm always asking people, and it's one of those things I really need to know. Apart from paying school fees, which other monies or fees or dues that I need to have when joining these institutions of AU businesses?
Yes, so that means there is a process, you could say, that what happens is that when you apply firsthand, you have an application fee that will be of 200 euros, and then you normally have your advance tuition payment, which is depending if you're doing a bachelor's, will be 2,000, in master's, will be 3,000. So this advance tuition payment is just an advance where they deduct every semester. after that. So it's just a holding amount where it's just to confirm your place in the EU Business School, and then right after that we will issue out your official documents, and then you go to the embassy, and then you actually have to pay every semester your tuition fees. So that is once considered one, where in Barcelona and Munich we have about 6,750 euros per semester. So 1 year is considered with 2 semesters. So either you can have 6 or 7 semesters. In Geneva we have about 14,490 Swiss franc. So these are the amount that we look at per semester as well. On top of that, you do have your accommodation fees as well. So it depends on which location you're in. You are looking at between 600 to 8,000 euros for residences. Living cost per month, we look at 3 things, which is your residences, your transportation, and your grocery shopping. So you need to take into account all these fees per month on a personal basis when you go to an overseas country as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mary. My name is Philip, and it's a pleasure meeting you. Of course, I'll be coming back to your table as we go on. People who are out there watching, welcome. It's a pleasure. My brothers and sisters who are watching us live on Baba TV, just like I told you, we are at Sheraton Hotel, bringing you whatever is taking place. This is the opportunity you've gotten to come through and make consultations and inquiries about studying in international universities. We've gotten representatives from the US, from the UK. We've got people from Russia, we've got people from Canada, we have people coming through from China, we have people coming from India, from Germany, from different places of the world. This is the only chance you've gotten to come and interact with legitimate people who are going to give you the legitimate information that you really require to know. Whenever we have this kind of opportunity, don't worry, sit back. You may succeed in getting yourself a scholarship. You may succeed in getting yourself maybe free visa. You may be getting yourself one of the best things that you've been longing to get in this kind of country. It is such an opportunity for you to come. This fair is ending today, for it has run since yesterday. It was there since yesterday, and it is ending today. It is started today at 9 a.m. and it will be ending at 4 p.m. here at Sheraton Hotel. Entrance is free of charge, and it is the only opportunity you've gotten to come and get the real information that you will need to know. If you don't know how to apply for an education visa, these guys will take you through. If you don't know how to apply for a certain course in the international universities, let's say California, if you don't know how to apply for maybe a student visa at Berkeley, California, these guys will guide you. If you've always been wanting to study in Canada, if you've been wanting to study wherever you may be wanting, it is the opportunity for you. It is Philip Bamteze taking you through as we are here at Sheraton Hotel, bringing you whatever is taking place. I don't want to forget telling you that this fair is free of charge. Entrance and consultation is free. Where else will you get this kind of opportunity if you cannot make it to Sheraton Hotel? It is still another time. It's just afternoon, and it has just made it to 30 minutes to 2. So we are remaining with a very, very, very limited time. It is a chance for you to be coming through. We are live on Baba TV and streaming on all our social media platforms. Now, one thing I would love to let you know is that there are so many things taking place in the country, and of course one of the things we need to do is to pray for ourselves, because the level of corruption is increasing, the level of fraud is increasing, the level of illiteracy is increasing, school dropout is increasing. Then what does this mean to us? It is now that we need to start praying, we need to start fasting, we need to do other things. Apart from that, youths out there, what have you put on table before you left your home to wherever you've gone to work? It is always good to know that tomorrow is another day. If today has failed, don't lose hope. Just go on praying to God, and know that He is always there for you, and He will give you all that you require. When we are in this kind of fair, it is always good to interact with people, and I will be requesting my camera person to come through so that we can be in position to talk to different people. And today we are going to be joining one of the guys, one of the educators who came through to tell us about what's taking place in this fair. Please, I'll be requesting my brother to join me so we can be talking about what's taking place in this fair. Good afternoon, my brother. You're live on Baba TV. So many people are watching us, and they want to know what exactly is taking place in this fair. How long is it going to be here, and what does it take for someone to join in this kind of fair?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Education Fair, the 13th Annual African Education Fair, where all universities and colleges from the world, from USA, Canada, UK, Germany, Spain, China, Russia, have come to Sheraton Hotel. We're in the Victoria Ballroom today until 4 p.m. That's the maximum time we have today. So please, I insist everyone watching live, just get 5 minutes, 15 minutes, come here, meet, and get a great opportunity to move ahead. Yeah.
What should someone carry when he or she is coming? Do I need to come with the 50,000 Uganda shillings? Do I need to carry $100 to come for this fair? Is there anything else I need to carry apart from me and my transport?
Basically, you're going to meet the universities and the colleges first. So you can just come with those transcripts for your previous grades, maybe O-level, A-level, university. People want to go for masters can come with their bachelor degrees. Yeah, and then the payments are already actually done bank to bank. So they give you the details. You can come with your email address, and then we can link you to WR Education Placements, that's in Muyenga, and they help you with all the other further documentation to be done and processed.
Okay, can you tell us about the different universities we've gotten in this fair, and then the place, the proper direction to your office apart from Sheraton Hotel, where we are stopping today as a place of meeting?
Today at the Education Fair in Sheraton, we have a couple of colleges and universities. If I'm talking about the colleges, we have Loyalist College. It has 3 campuses in Toronto. We have the Seneca College. It has 3 campuses in Toronto, Ontario. Then we have a university from Russia that has other sister branches under it that can help you get into that. Then we have the Durham College that has its sister university called the Ontario Tech University that work hand in hand. They have ties. Then we have Apply Board. Apply Board is a group that has 5,000 universities under it all over the world. So if you want to enter the universities, they help you get admitted into that. We have the British Council IELTS that helps you to get the IELTS. Then we have the Langara College that's found in Vancouver, Canada. Then we have the IBS that is found in England under the University of Buckingham. And then we have the OSSD, that's the Canada Academy International, who I'm representing today at Sheraton Hotel. The proper address for our WR Education Placements is at Muyenga, near Kigozi Road. As you proceed to International Hotel in Muyenga, you can just go straight, and then after, I think just nearby there, you can ask someone, they'll direct you perfectly.
For the time you've been in this fair, this being the 13th fair, what's your experience compared? Have you attended any of the fairs that have been there before? What is your experience for the 2 days you've been here so far?
I have actually been attending all the fairs since I was a child. Right now I'm 19 years. I've been attending fairs since I was like 12 years. The great experience I've ever got is that parents come here, they find out new programs like the OSS. This is the latest program of Canada and it's ranking number 2 in the world, and parents are actually surprised. Hey, this is the way forward? Yeah, and that's the way. They're getting exposed to international ways of learning and getting educated with better opportunities.
Apart from studying in these countries, can I do a course when I'm based in Uganda? And if there is a way I can do it, is there a place of meeting that maybe we are 2-3 people where we sit in a room and have maybe discussions and have live classroom or classes taking place? How is it then?
Basically, as you come at Sheraton Hotel and talk with universities and colleges, there's a way we talk to the universities, and they give you 3 types of program. We have online, in-person, and hybrid. That is meant as in-person and online. So basically, the difference depends on all colleges, university. But as I'm representing the Canada Academy International today, there is what we call the online. It's virtual, fully online, but we have a room, a kind of an office at Muyenga, in our offices, that we have made as a boardroom where students actually gather up to date and they make their live classes done. They do their homework from there, they do their group discussion. As per now I'm talking, we have 45 students in the program, and yes, we are exceeding and excellent in it very well.
Thank you, but when we were starting, I forgot to know your name. I think it is now you tell me your name once again.
My name is Darshan Patel. I am a student ambassador of Canada Academy International, and as well I'm a student doing business and accounting in the academy. I'm going to finish my semester in June, and I would like to request all the parents, the students and guardians who are taking care of their students. If you know your student has done senior 4, or that grade 10, please come at Sheraton Hotel as soon as possible, or contact us at WR Education Placements, and please go for the OSSD as it ranks number 2 in the world, and it has the best curriculum that ranks number 2 again in the whole world, and it will take you as a better opportunity. And it is an international recognized diploma, high school diploma. So please contact us and get us at Muyenga.
There is one thing that I've always been wanting to ask. You know, most of the time people go outside there and do study, or they base here and study different courses, different whatever fields, and then after they are not in position to secure jobs in those countries they have gotten these education levels. How competitive is it when it comes to Ugandan market using your documents acquired from those international universities?
If I'm to talk about job opportunities, WR Education has over 500 partnerships with universities and colleges, and those universities and colleges all over the world are not just any universities and colleges. We work with standard colleges and universities. So when you're doing your course, for example, you're doing law, and when you're about to go into your internship, those universities always give you internships that are always with good companies that always ensure that you are going to get a job opportunity. It's never that you will always get lost anywhere at any time. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Of course, we shall be joining you as we continue with our program. I think you can be taking your seat, but it's always a pleasure talking to such people with such information. And you know, if you've been lacking anything about studying in these international universities, it is high time you came through here at Sheraton Hotel in Kampala, and you'll be meeting people of his kind with that kind of information and more. I wasn't in position to make all the questioning, but of course, he has tried to give us all the information that you may need. And if you can make it to this place, it is high time you came through so that we can have this and more information from their tables. They're having different tables, and at this moment I'll be joined by another person who will be talking to us just about studying from these international universities. We are live on Baba TV, and you know, it's a pleasure. I will be requesting you, sir, to join me here so we can have some talk about what is taking place in this place. We are live at Sheraton, and I've been just joined by another gentleman who is one of the educationists taking us through the information that's really taking place here. And if you want to make any inquiries about what's taking place here at the Sheraton Hotel, he'll be giving us some of the information that you're requiring to know. And of course, if you cannot make it through, just follow us through Baba TV. We shall be getting most of the information that is required. Good afternoon, sir. We are live on Baba TV, and we would like to know what is really taking place. Why are we having this kind of fair, and what are we exactly giving to people?
Thank you very much. We're here at the SF Fair. It's a great opportunity to meet students in Uganda, Kampala, that are interested in attending schools overseas. Seneca College is in Toronto, Ontario. So we're here to just explain and promote the programs we have at Seneca. From our programs, we have diploma programs that are 2 years. We have advanced diploma programs, and we also have degree programs. So we have a whole range of programs, from information technology to engineering to the sciences to the arts. And we do encourage students from across Kampala and Uganda to join us. We're here for a few more hours. You get to learn more about life at Seneca, housing opportunities, staying on campus, staying off campus, recreation activities, the student life at Seneca, and just the opportunities that the school presents, Seneca College presents for students. We do look forward to seeing you. We hope you're able to join us to get more information. And for students that are maybe have applied to Seneca already or are interested to apply, we have offers for application fee waiver codes, so you don't pay the application fee when you apply. So if you're interested, we look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to seeing you, and we'll be happy to share more information with you about Seneca College in Toronto, Ontario.
What are some of the requirements? What are those prerequisites someone should have as he or she is coming through to this fair, so that they prepare themselves as they are coming? Because we know that we are being watched by so many people around Kampala and around the world, and they may be wanting to come to this hotel to get this information. Is there any specific kind of document? Is there any specific kind of requirement they should carry to come to your table? Is there any fare you're charging them, or it is? Tell us about that.
Okay, definitely. Thank you. So primarily the application process, as I mentioned earlier, if you do join us at our table, Seneca College, we have an application fee waiver. The application fee is $90 Canadian, but we do have a code that you can apply with. And the benefits in terms of student interest is that they get to learn more about the details. Documentation is not necessary to bring, but just in terms of documentation, most programs you need to have your UAC and UACE. If you have that, then you're good to apply to most programs. So Seneca's requirements are only your high school transcript for most of the programs, degree programs and diploma programs. But if you're applying to our graduate certificate programs, then the requirement is for you to already have your first degree or diploma. And to apply, it's online. It's a very straightforward process. So right here, the documentations is just for you to have ready, so you can submit a digital version of it when you're ready to apply.
For this being your second day in this fair and it's ending today, what has been your experience so far from the time we started the fair yesterday?
It's been awesome. It's been a tremendous experience. I've met lots of different students and their parents. I've met students that are interested in Seneca for just an introductory phase. I've had students that are already accepted at Seneca and just asking questions about housing and life in Toronto. So it's been a wide range of students, and it's been a very great time. I had a great time yesterday, and today has been a good time. So I definitely look forward to more visits to Uganda and being able to provide the information on Seneca College to students.
Thank you very much. We shall be joining you as we go on with our fair. And of course, before you go, I would like to get your name so that maybe next time I found you on the streets of Uganda, I will now be calling you, hey, Mr. Seneca, I really need to know that name.
Thank you very much. And the name again is Oluseun Obikoya. So I'm originally from Nigeria, but Canadian. I live in Toronto, Canada for a while. So please, you can also contact me on Instagram at Seneca Africa and email as well, seun.obikoya@senecacollege.ca. So please don't be a stranger. Feel free to reach out on social media, Instagram at Seneca Africa, or by email, seun.obikoya@senecacollege.ca.
If maybe the government of Uganda wanted to give you a job here in Uganda, would you really love to stay in Uganda for the time you've been in Uganda? How have you found Uganda as a country? How has it been?
Uganda has been awesome, and I look forward to the call and the opportunity for the job. It's a great place, and I look forward to coming back. So if you have contacts to that job, please do let me know.
I'll be in touch. Thank you very much, my brother. It's been a pleasure meeting you, and we look forward to having you more and more as we go on. We are still going in with our fair here at Sheraton Hotel. It is the 13th annual Africa Student Education Fair here at Sheraton Hotel, and it has been organized by WR Education Placement Consultants here. They are found in Muyenga, and they are all here with different representatives from different universities. And of course, they are doing a very, very awesome work, taking us through all the requirements and all what it takes for you to know how about studying in those international universities. And of course, you don't need to miss this kind of opportunity. If you can make it down to Sheraton Hotel today, of course, you can be following us on all our social media platforms. We are streaming live, and of course, if you're in position to watch us live on Baba TV, we are streaming, we are doing it live. Everything you're seeing is taking place just now. And of course, at this point, I'll be requesting one of my brothers who came through today to come and have a word with us so that we can have something more about what is taking place in this fair. Remember, entrance to this fair is very, very free of charge, and you don't need to miss out on anything. Remember, entrance and consultation is free, and of course you will be knowing more information about studying in these international universities and colleges. If there is anything that you've been wanting to know about studying in the US, studying in the UK, studying in Canada, India, and any other kind of place in the world, this is the only opportunity you've gotten to come here at Sheraton Hotel, so you're in position to get interacted with people of his kind. And of course, at this point, I'm going to be talking to my brother who managed to come through and give us the information. Today we are going to go English, and of course you can see the kind of English I'm speaking. People were telling me yesterday, hey man, we'll be hearing you do Lusoga news, and of course today I'm in position to do some bit of English. Good afternoon, my brother. We are live on Baba TV, and we would like.
Good afternoon to you. My name is Martin once more, and I'm pleased to be here with you, Baba TV, and very good afternoon to the viewers. We are here live at Sheraton Hotel.
At Sheraton Hotel in Kampala.
Kampala, and this is our second day for ASEF, or Africa Student Education Fair, and it is the last for Kampala. This is the 13th edition of our annual education fairs, and we pull together educators or student counselors, schools from all over the world, well-renowned universities, colleges, high schools, and those involved, the experts involved in the study abroad journey, so that our students here in Uganda, our parents and guardians can be able to come in one place, talk to various people from different institutions, different countries, and find out for themselves, what does it take if I want to study abroad? If I have a dream to study abroad, what does it take? So that I make my dream a reality, because there is a lot that is involved in. You need to find a suitable school, suitable program, and then find out the different requirements. I might be wanting to study law. Do I have the qualifications? Do I have all the necessary requirements? If I don't have them, what do I need to make myself ready? So all those are the different questions, the avenues. I know our students always want to find out what are the available opportunities and scholarships. This is the right place to come and ask and inquire. But also, it is better to have first-hand information than being told, I hear this is what you need. No, come and find out by yourself and for yourself, so that you make your dreams a reality. It is easy to come and find out by yourself than being told. So entrance is free, and our experts and delegates are here. They are very happy to attend to you. Ask any questions you want, they will answer and give you all the answers you need.
Yes, so you mean if I carried my documents from home and I have everything that it takes to apply for one of the universities, can I be in position to apply and I'm admitted here, and then so I'm in position to know that, you know, from today onwards I am a student of maybe the University of the Law or any other university, or it takes 2 days, 5 years to get this kind of opportunity?
So if you have all the necessary requirements, one, it is easy, you can start the application. Depending on which university, which country you're applying to, the turnaround time varies. There are those that will give you a decision within 48 hours. There are those which will give you within 2 weeks. There are those even which will take a month. Depending on the country, the requirements the school needs from you, or the country requires for you to study there. And then now, after you've gotten a placement or an offer, then you'll be able to get that letter and start processing your student visa. Then from whichever country you are trying to study in, still the visa processing time varies. Some will take 2 weeks, others a month, others even 6 months. So it is better you start now. You start early, because, you know, for studying abroad, there is nothing like you want to do last-minute things. Last-minute arrangements are always expensive, and sometimes they don't work out. So it is important that you prepare yourself now. For example, the University of Law now are focusing on September intake, since the May intake is already closed. So you'll find that for you to get better chances of going through, you need to know, when do I apply? Which intake should I apply for? All those things matter, because you might apply now, you even get an offer, but then it is late for you to have gotten the student visa to travel and study, which means you get the offer but you can't go to study. So you need to know all these details, and the best way to know is come around and discuss, find out, so that you know, if I'm going to Canada, what do I need? If I'm going to the UK, what do I need? And how much time do I need to process all that I need?
The other question I have for you is that after me applying and paying maybe the admission fee, because I know there is a fee that is attached to this kind of thing. If I apply and then I'm denied a visa, is my money refunded, or you say that you have to wait until you're given a visa, or you're given assistance in chasing for your visa? Is my money refunded, or it is taken as which term can I use? Forfeited? Is my money forfeited?
When you apply to study abroad, you apply to a school, and so what happens is, if you apply to a school and make a deposit and you're denied a visa, there is a procedure how you can get your money back, if at all you no longer want to proceed or to either reapply for the visa. So your money will be given back to you. But if you refer to the one of the visa application fee, that one is beyond us, because when you are processing a visa, you are dealing with the government of the US, the government of Canada, the government of UK, and it is beyond us. That's why us as consultants or schools, we don't have much influence about what happens in the embassies.
I need this money that I've paid for application or for admission into the university, or some, there are some parents who are in position to even make fees payments to zero or to nil after knowing that their students or their children have been admitted, and then these people are denied visa. Is my money put back on my account, or it is forfeited? It's one of the fear that most of the parents have. They know that sometimes they be dealing with can I call it abafere, abafere banji nnyo these days ku social media. When it comes to online stuff, people be sending links. You click in this link, it is going to take you to this university, and after clicking in the link, they've gotten all the information about your bank, about your email, about your platforms, and they are using this kind of opportunity to con and rob people of their monies. Give me this assurance.
So the assurance I can give you is, first of all, I would want to caution all of us, the general public, do not deal with anyone who does his business in a briefcase. Let's fill in these documents in a taxi, let's fill these documents, find me here in this hotel and do what, find me in this place. No, it should be a legitimate business. They have an office where you can find them. Then the other thing is, in Uganda, we are the oldest study abroad placement consultant with over 2 years of experience. We've been in this. That's why all these universities, colleges are here. They trust us. We have a partnership understanding with them. Now, when you get an offer from a school and you are denied a visa, there is I can assure you that there is a way to apply and get your money back, because the problem is not you, that you have refused to go. Yes? And there is nothing like once you pay, you can't get your money back. You get? So there are different options. The one is somebody can apply and fail to go because they have run out of time to process all the necessary documents for them to travel. And there are always options. When you inform us, we apply to the school for a deferral program. So you're pushed to the next semester, the next intake. Instead of being cancelled, we let the institution know this student is still interested in studying, but they can't travel now because of ABC. For example, last time when there was the lockdown and student couldn't travel, you have already applied, you have already paid, but you can't travel because of travel restrictions, not only in Uganda, but across the world. So you'd refer to the next intake, the next program, the next semester. Sometimes you can apply to a school, you want this program, and then you change your mind. I want a different program. You have to apply and let the school know why this is happening. But definitely, you can always get your money back if you inform the school. You have to inform the school on time and tell them, because of ABC, I can't travel. Maybe I've been denied visa. Maybe there is ABC reason. Your money will be refunded.
We've gotten so many recruitment companies and agencies in this country that come out telling people that we take you and work in the UAE, we take you work in USA, we take you do this and that, and most of the time we see that these Ugandan people, after reaching into those countries, they are being discriminated, they are being tortured, they are being harassed sexually, and different forms of degrading acts, of course, of human rights and humanity. When it comes to this kind of arrangement where someone is coming through and following all the procedures of applying to study in these international universities, when it comes to this kind of racism, torture, this discrimination, and maybe acts of inhumanity, and he or she tries getting back to you, is there any kind of assistance you give to this person, or you refer that person to the embassy of Uganda in the country where he or she is?
Thank you very much for that good question, because it is very important. First of all, me as a person, I would want to say I condemn racism in all its forms. Now, talking as...
but it's a reality.
Yes, and it's a reality. That's why I say I condemn it. Otherwise, I wouldn't condemn something that doesn't exist. Now, when it comes to studying abroad, there are different avenues a student can either report such a case, either direct at their school, to the counselors or any department responsible, depending on which school they are in. But we always keep in touch with all our students, those we send to study abroad. And our channel of communications are open. They can always reach out to us in case they can't talk to people the other side, and we can assist where possible. If it is a case that involves to talk to them or talk to the embassy or the school, will assist them. But of course, every school has a department, that handles, student issues. It is under counseling and guidance, and there is always an office of international student and recruitment at all those universities and colleges. So they can always go to them. But if they feel they want to talk to somebody they are close to, somebody back home, maybe somebody to talk to in case things are hard, we are always there. We have a qualified student counselors who can always talk to them, guide them on what to do and where to go. So that we always keep in touch with all our students. Yes.
It's always been a pleasure me talking to you, for you've given all the information that most of the people outside there who have not managed coming through to this kind of fair, I've always wanted to be asking. And maybe one of the things back to Uganda, we are in a country where so many things are taking place. I wouldn't really love to comment about it. Amabati gabuze, embuzi z'ekaramoja bazitutte, bino ne biri. Omwana bw'abanga azze kankibuuze mu Luganda, omwana bw'abanga avuddeyo n'aja avudde n'aja ewammwe ne mumuyambako okwapulayinga n'amaliriza okusoma, like it is the case with these recruitment agencies, abamu bagamba nti gwe okugenda okusoma kwa bwereere, okugenda okukola kwa bwereere, kati gwe ojja tusasula ng'omaliriza okusoma. You first assure this student going, assure omwana yamaliriza senior 6, omwana yamaliriza senior 4, that you have nothing, as in nothing you're going to ask from this person. We were the people behind your success. You should be giving back to the company.
Yes.
How is it?
So what I'm going to say, no, we don't ask for kintu kidogo. Our things are straightforward. Ebintu byaffe tubikola mu lwatu.
What's your role in this?
So kyensobola ogamba nti ffe tukolagana n'amasomero, tuyamba amasomero gano okugafunira abaana.
Yes. I asked that question in Uganda, but we are being watched internationally. We've gotten people, so I asked it in Uganda so people here can know. But of course,
yes. So we deal with schools. We help them recruit students to get, because I will be honest with you, these schools want to have our students at their campuses because they want a diverse environment for all, like people from different walks of life. There is also what we have to offer. I don't want our students to go thinking they don't have what to offer. Why they are taking them up is because they want to know how do we think? How do we see things? How is our reality? There is also what we add to their campuses. So when we go there, we also are taking our culture, We are also transferring our culture the other side. So, which means that there is something we are offering to this institution that without a student, they wouldn't be the same. But then when it comes to the Kintu Kidogo, we don't do behind the curtain kind of dealings. If there is something you are supposed to pay, you'll be informed up front, not after signing, now we demand you this. No.
After signing, then your visa is going to be cancelled, and then your admission is going to be cancelled, so you need to pay $200.
We don't do those things. The other thing is, when it comes to visas, we will let you know you are dealing with a consulate, we are dealing with the embassies. We can help you apply, we can help you follow up, but the decision is not ours. That's why we cannot promise any student that once you apply, we guarantee you'll get the visa, because the decision is by the embassy, not us. We can better prepare you to help you stand out. We cannot
katuteteganye mu empeereza eno tuve ku ne bye tukutuusaako.